Welcome to the Nora Showreels. I'm Xander White, a proud member of the Nora Network Advisory Council. Last year, I hung up my coat as the Queen of Aldi Special Buys, so guilty for my part in any splurge you've made in the famous centre aisle. And I'm excited about a new GM role with a specialty retailer. Today, I'm joined by Michael Martins from Interparcel. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks for having me, Xander.
Firstly, I'd like to say congratulations on winning Nora Solution Partner Award for 23 for Best Cross-Border Shipping Solution. Well done.
No, thank you. It was a good way to end the year last year, so really happy about that achievement.
So could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. So as you said, I'm the sales manager at Interparcel Australia. I've been at the company now for about 7 years, so it's been a little while. During that time, I've had the privilege to work across multiple departments, but the bulk of that has obviously been in sales. And yeah, just myself and the team just in charge of, I guess, growing our presence here in Australia, and ensuring that, that our new business acquisition, as well as our existing business acquisition is always growing further as well.
Fantastic. Can you share with us what Interparcel is all about?
Of course. So we're an online shipping platform. We provide domestic and international delivery solutions for customers here in Australia. We're what we call, or traditionally what we are, is a courier aggregator. So we are a reseller of freight services, and we are sort of tailored towards the e-commerce market, essentially. As well as that, we provide a variety of integrated solutions into different e-commerce platforms such as Shopify, marketplaces like eBay, Etsy as well, and a variety of other platforms to enable online businesses and retailers to, I guess, automate their fulfillment process, whilst being able to leverage the courier companies and the corporate pricing that we have available for them.
Right. So Interparcel's recent partnership with Australia Post has been a significant development. Could you elaborate how this partnership will benefit e-commerce business owners?
Definitely. So yeah, it's been a big one for us. I mean, traditionally, like I said, we're an aggregator model, so we haven't really delved into this space of, I guess, what we call BYO carriers. And it's so we're now a platform partner of Australia Post. We're going live to all users at the end of February, so a bit of a sneak peek there. But for us, it's been a long time coming. So we've obviously collated a lot of feedback from our customers over the last few years, and I guess what customers traditionally were using us for is, multi-piece deliveries or larger package deliveries, whether it's e-commerce or even wholesale as well. But then they would tend to still use Australia Post for, I guess, what Australia Post does really well, which is e-commerce delivery, specifically for smaller packages. So the communication we were getting, or the feedback we were getting, was that we love using Interparcel services. We love using the technology and the platform that Interparcel provides. However, we have an Australia Post account which fits a massive requirement that we have, and we're having to process those orders via the Australia Post portal, and then jump onto Interparcel for other orders, for example, or other delivery requirements. So we sat down and we thought, oh, how can we bring this together and essentially provide a centralized delivery experience for our customers? And I guess that's where this plugin arose. So we will now be able to facilitate My Post Business and eParcel contracted customers. And it's very simple. They are able to connect their account with our platform, process and centralize their Australia Post order fulfillment, whilst also having access to the courier options and services that we provide that may fit a particular requirement that they have. So again, it's just about centralizing their delivery through one portal. I think now throughout this whole growth of e-commerce over the last few years, you really want to eliminate the amount of accounts or platforms that you're using. So if you can bring it all into one from a shipping perspective, it means that your company's time is used more useful in other aspects as well.
Yeah, that's a huge simplification. Absolutely. Well done. Massive. What's the story behind your current proposition?
Of course. So, I mean, look, we've been around for a little while. So just if I take it back a bit, so Interparcel started in the UK in 2005, and it was brought to Australia in 2009. So when the company first started, we sort of wanted to fill a gap, or more tailored towards sort of that small to medium size business owner, even startups as well. So in the early days, we found that a lot of those smaller brands, it was very difficult for them to be able to actually use a courier company or open up a contracted account with a courier company, because generally those companies want, X amount of volume or X amount of shipping spend on a monthly basis, and it needs to be consistent. So as a small business owner, it was, your options were limited. So we thought about creating the platform where we could give small business owners the option to leverage contracted rates and courier services without having the need for the specific amounts of volume. So our platform, we've got hundreds of different customers, thousands of different customers using it. So we use that volume to be able to get the contracted rates with our carriers. And then we're able to resell those to those small business owners. So for them, it's a way for them to get into the market and still provide a really good delivery experience that would only normally be reserved for maybe larger corporate companies, essentially. And then they're also able to diversify their strategy across multiple carriers. In Australia, we've got a beautiful country. It's a great country, but logistically it can be a nightmare because it's such a big country. So we all know that you're not going to be sending parcels with one provider to all locations because there's going to be problems in between. So giving our customers the ability to diversify that, but still keep it all centralized through one portal is super important. And that's sort of where Interparcel arose. And now over time, we've developed our platform to be more suited to e-commerce. We've got large options of different technology that we provide to automate those processes. But at the core, it's always about providing choice. And the more choice we can provide to our customers from a service point of view, the better experience they're able to provide to their consumer.
Great. So what's your key offer?
Yeah, so I tend to break it up speaking to people on a daily basis. It's always about, I break it up into 3 categories. So I look at it from a cost-effective point of view, reliability, and then the efficiency standpoint. So I think if you can get a really good balance across all 3, generally for a business, that's probably, and from a delivery standpoint, that's probably the best solution for you. So if I'm touching on being cost effective, as a platform, we're a free platform to use. There's no monthly subscriptions, there's no locked-in contracts, there's no add-on fees to use our e-commerce integrations and technology. It's all free. I guess we're what we call a cost plus margin model. So you pay per order, the amount of orders you do on a monthly basis, that's what you will essentially pay for. So that's one aspect of being cost effective. We also do offer, bespoke pricing and solutions for customers. So of higher volumes, we do have different options available, but we try to simplify it across the board for all our users. When I look at reliability, I guess from a delivery point of view, being a delivery company, it's very difficult, right? Because from a business point of view, when that freight leaves your warehouse, that reliability is totally out of your control, right? So it's the things that you do before that, and also the services that you partner with that will ensure a reliable delivery journey. So we obviously have a large choice of providers on our platform, and we allow our customers to offer, standard road delivery options, express overnight options, even same-day local options as well. So there's different options there where they can diversify their strategy across and ensure that the delivery reliability is always there. But not only that, we also provide an in-house customer support team. So our customer support team is available via phone, email, online chat, and they're there to help with delivery inquiries, but also help tailor the right shipping solution for our customer base. So not every 2 businesses is the same. They all have different requirements. So it's about looking at the right services for them to use based on their location, their product types, and a bunch of other requirements as well. And then the efficiency standpoint reverts back to the integrations that we have, the technology and the platform interface. So being able to centralize the online business fulfillment process through, automated tracking or live quoting at checkout, or sort of an automated fulfillment process, it's really important. And, if we can reduce the time that it takes for a business to fulfill their orders and eliminate all the manual data entry, it's more time they can put into actually growing the business. I'm sure sales strategies and product growth. It's more important. It's probably as a business owner, what people enjoy most anyways. The shipping component tends to be quite boring at the end of it, but it's really important. So that's sort of what those integrations do, and it's always about keeping that efficiency at a high level.
So you've really worked on taking the headaches out of the last part for retailers.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
So who do you work with, if you're happy to share?
Yeah, so this is another thing that I really enjoy about, I guess, what we do is that we don't really have a specific market that we like to work with, because we have so many different courier partners and delivery choices. We can pretty much work with anyone in different industries. So, fashion labels all the way up to like furniture and home and garden and industry and anything in between. We've got services that can send 500-gram satchels. We've got services that can send 1-ton pallets, multi-piece consignments, you name it. So we tend to cover most aspects of the delivery network. And that means that we can offer our services to different industries. So we don't really choose an industry to work with. It's just about understanding what the delivery requirements are and then tailoring the right services and solutions for that particular business.
Great. So given the shift in consumer expectation towards faster delivery times, could you shed light on the underlying reasons for this trend and how Interparcel is adapting to meet these new demands?
Definitely. So I think the Amazons of the world have set some really high consumer expectations, as we know. And look, it's a shift in e-commerce and online, right? So everything is bought online these days. So if you're not able to meet that sort of demand, then you're going to be lacking in some area. So consumers buy something today, they're expecting it to arrive yesterday. If you as a business owner aren't able to provide the right options or delivery options that can facilitate that, it's going to be difficult for you to keep up. So what we're finding and sort of what we're working on is being able to provide delivery options that can facilitate that, next day delivery requirements or even same day delivery requirements, which is something we're seeing a lot of over the last couple of years, is 2-hour delivery turnarounds, 1 hour, even 4 hour, and giving customers that option if they're in a local area. So that's something that we're sort of shifting our focus on, is to be able to implement more services that can facilitate those requirements. We already have quite a few different options available in that space, but it's about adding more. So with our integration capabilities and being able to offer choice at checkout, our customers are able to quote those overnight delivery options or even those same day options. And then the consumer is able to make a choice based on the cost or just the speed of delivery to obviously meet the requirement that they have. So yes, there is definitely a shift in what consumers want, and a lot of people want to get their things delivered within a couple of days. If it's taking too long, the whole reliability of you between them is going to break down. So being able to facilitate that with a platform partner that can do that is really important.
Fantastic. So considering the current economic climate, what changes in consumer spending patterns have you seen, and what advice would you offer business owners to navigate these challenges?
100%. So I'm sure we all know the last 6 to 12 months has been a lot of talk about interest rates, inflation, rising cost of living. It's all sort of the news is talking about at the moment.
Yeah.
So we've seen that, and not only that, we have come through quite a crazy time, right? The last few years we had a COVID peak, everything shifted online. So most businesses were booming during that time. It was fantastic from a business point of view. But now we've come out of that. We're probably a couple of years gone from that, and there has been a natural dip, right? It was very difficult to sort of maintain that. So now with the added cost of living crisis and all that sort of stuff, consumers are much more conscious about where they're spending their money, and it's natural to do that. So from a shipping perspective, what we're sort of seeing and what we're from our customer base, what we're seeing they're doing to try to combat this sort of more conscious spending from consumers is the delivery experience that they are providing, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to help build that trust between the consumer and the business, and ensure that consumer buys again. So touching on a couple of things that I've spoken about already, but essentially the choice that you offer at checkout is really important from a delivery point of view. If you're just offering one option, it's going to start causing a bit of doubt in consumers' mind, because if you're offering maybe a standard free shipping option, it's Wednesday today, I want something delivered by Friday, and I don't see that option at checkout, I'm constantly going to start looking elsewhere and probably not going to spend my money with you, right? So if you can offer different choices, express delivery, same day, international options, have that all clearly displayed on your website at the checkout level, that helps build trust. Again, they're going to make an educated choice based on the cost of shipping or how long it's going to take to get there, and that consumer will buy from you. Not only that, but then what you do after the freight leaves your warehouse is really important. So email tracking notifications or SMS notifications. Consumers want to be notified where their freight is throughout the whole journey, right? So if you're not providing that, again, it starts to build a bit of uncertainty in the consumer's mind, and they may not buy from you again. So there's certain features and technology that you can leverage using the Interparcel platform that can help provide that delivery experience and that high level of experience. And that will ensure that you navigate through these challenging times where people are more conscious about where they're spending their money, essentially.
Great. Thank you so much, Martin. That's heaps of information. Really love how you guys can tailor the many solutions for retail partners. So thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.